Yeah. Yeah.
We'll begin the program in a few minutes. Siéntese ustedes.
June.
Okay, video. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Start. Okay. Damas y caballeros, buenas tardes. Soy el presentador del programa Hoy en Buen Día. Me llamo Attorney Boy Arteche para servir a usted. Que tengas un buen día. Quizás nuestra hermosa oradora invitada, Deniece Cornejo. Okay, grazie. I'd like to call on our president, Michael Escaler, to call the order the meeting.
Upon the power vested in me by the Rotary Club of Makati, I hereby call this meeting to order.
I'd like to call on our invocator, Junjun Lim. Junjun, direct. Sorry. El Presidente, Conrado, Diary.
Can I request all of you to please rise for the invocation? I'm standing in for V. Lim, who is supposed to be here, but is going to be late. So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, we thank you for gathering us this afternoon here at the Chef Jessie. We thank you for our speaker who will speak to us about her views about purpose and passion. And we ask that you continue to be with us during this afternoon and to make this meeting a productive one so that everyone will learn something during this meeting. All of this we ask in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Grazie. Let's have our national anthem while the President is abroad for the 8th time. Please remain standing for our RCM Makati hymn.
We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way. To aid our succeed. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, giving hope to the world. The Rotary Club of Makati.
Thank you. Sentisi usted. Let's have our four-way test. The four-way test of Rotary. Primero, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendship? Cuatro, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Now let's have the greeting of birthdays of our brother Rotarians. Okay, for our brother Rotarians, today is the birthday of Rick Librea. ¿Dónde está Rick? Are you here? It's his birthday today. The son of Michael Andrew Escaler on January 20. PP Fred Parungaw, Enero 24. How young? And of course, Peter Manzano, January 28. ¿Dónde está Peter? And for our Rotarians, January 22, we have Gina Tan. On January 26, of course, Breen Panlilio. And the beautiful Marie Segura. Hey, it's the birthday of your wife. And Rosa Padiernos, January 30. And wedding anniversaries, Cesar and Baby Cruz, tomorrow, January 18. Marcy and Twinkle Marcelo, January 22. Mike and Connie Toledo, January 22. June, the BIR Commissioner, and Carmela Lumagit, January 26. And past President Peter and Pam Manzano, January 28. And lastly, Director Ferdy and Minchit Ordovesa, January 28. We have guests from Taiwan. Okay, when you have the names, please, can we flash it? Okay, our dignitaries, PDG Tony Kila, mi amigo, muy guapo. Nelly Bengzon online. Rachel Harrison. Our guest, PP Randall Eastman from RC Shanghai. Good. Rotarian Winnie Chen, RC New Taipei New Life. Guest of PP David Ackerman. James Shuon, guest of Director Sunny Tambunting Jr. CP Carol Mercado, RC Makati Premier. Nike Lim, and Rod Cornejo, grandfather of Deniece Cornejo. ¿Dónde está? Yeah, abuelo. Okay. We'd like to call on our good-looking El Presidente, Michael Escaler, to give his president's time.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Happy New Year to everyone. We got off to a very quick start in last Saturday, led by our IPP Louis Aseoche and his first Anne, Tess Aseoche. We went into the deeps of Navotas, was it? Yeah. Navotas, where Rodriguez, where we are tasked to give our Last Angels program. And it was a very exciting experience because we're going through the woods and the forests, and it was a small road, and it was quite an adventure. So I really admire where IPP Louis found that school. It's hard to find. So we were there, and Attorney Boy was Arteche was there. Keith Harrison was there. Who else was there? Louis. Of course, Louis and Tess and my wife, Patricia. And we were very happy to be able to give our gifts and the food donated by Yvonne Kwan. So it was a very well spent Saturday. Also, last Saturday, we were invited by YMCA to receive an award of appreciation for the support to their project, with several of our members in the YMCA Makati, the Board of Trustees led by past President Cesar Campos, District Governor nominee Reggie Nolido, and Roger Colantes. I'm sure our partnership with the YMCA will blossom to more projects that will benefit the youth. Jaime Zobel de Ayala was also there to give a talk. Apparently, he was the one who donated the site to the YMCA many years ago. At our last board meeting, the foundation last January 12, the recommendation of the Bids and Awards Committee to the construction work to Wilson Construction was approved the following day. The contract has been signed by Chair Louis with the contractor. Would like to thank the board members of the foundation, headed again by Chair Louis Aseoche, as well as the Bids and Awards Committee led by Tito Panlilio and our dear Porsche Peña, Carlo Rufino, and Don Limon, for all their hard work in reviewing the proposal and making sure that everybody's interest was served. The approved budget for the building is 19 million, and the committee is hoping to finish the construction within 6 months after it starts. Our Disaster Relief Committee, led by Chris Ferraresa as chair, Boom Villatuya and Rex Lagi as members, have been continuously monitoring the situation in flood-inundated parts of our country. On Thursday, January 19, we will be distributing food packs to families affected in Brooks Point, Palawan. Just yesterday, responding to a request coursed through Boy Arteche, the committee approved 100,000 pesos in support of the relief mission of RC Candaya in District 3860 to provide meals and food packs to 250 affected families in Tacloban. Both the Last Angels project at Christmas time and our seasonal relief missions are rich opportunities for us to share our blessings with families less blessed than ours. We are filled with gratitude to the Lord for making us instruments of His boundless generosity and the channels of His blessing. The opportunities for Rotary service are many and varied. Through the Rotary, the Lord invites us to step out of our comfort zone into a world filled with endless occasions to extend the hand, help the fallen get to their feet, and change a life. Let's not pass up this opportunity. Our job is big, but we are up to the task. Many thanks and have a nice week ahead. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, el presidente. Now we'd like to proceed to the induction of our Rotaract. Okay. Amigo, Tony Lopez will give a background on the Rotaract. Yes, Ducky.
Mr. President, our club has not had an active interact club for 8 years. So for the past 8 years, we've been active with a Rotaract, and they have been very supportive with us in the areas of disaster relief. And I remember they were part of the Paul Harris Kitchen of President Peter Manzano during the pandemic. Okay, so this year, Director Julian, is there, approached me and said, "What do you think we should do during the strategic planning session in Punta Fuego?" And I told you, Julian, can you join me? And I told Julian, maybe it's time to reactivate the Interact Club. So our previous Interact Club was with the General Pio del Pilar National High School, which is in Poblacion. And we've given them an orientation, and the 50 members of the Interact Club, Mr. President, have elected their officers, and which is why we are requesting that you induct them on behalf of our club. So I will ask Julian, would you like to say a few words on the Rotaract and Interact?
Yeah, so I'd like to congratulate the Interact Club. No? This is the first time we are going to formally recognize all the officers that you have selected for your club. We're looking forward to the projects that you'll be presenting for us. And yeah, we hope that this will be a very successful partnership again. The Interact Club in the past was a feeding ground for the Rotaract Club. It is a very active Interact Club. They had a lot of their own projects. No? And from there, a lot of people, the Rotary had a very big impact in their lives. So they joined the Rotaract Club after they graduated. So we're looking forward that we can have this same collaboration. So now I'd like to ask the members to come over so we can have the induction of the officers.
The advisor is...
So the advisor now is Mrs. Josephine Reyes. Let me introduce. So the president is Kayla Jamyas. Kayla Jamyas. Kayla Hamyas. Head VP Dan Chua. So Vice President Jen Frialde. Jen. Secretary Janina Balobo. Treasurer JJ Nepomuceno. So our auditor Ara Ines. PRO Micaela Malabon. PRO Liliam Tabuena. Documentaries Nika Tupas. Documentaries Carlo Esteves. Did we miss anyone?
Okay. Can we ask the advisor to Mrs. Reyes to stand beside our president when he gives the oath of office? Michael. Mrs. Reyes.
Okay, on this happy occasion, I welcome you to the Interact Club. So I am here to swear you to the oath of office.
Mr. President. Mr. President, to add solemnity, may I ask our members to rise, please, as customary in induction. Thank you.
So I state your name. So,
Welcome.
so everybody.
Congratulations.
And congratulations
Congratulations.
and more power to you. Thank you.
Michael,
Photo na lang with the right. Tony, photo na lang with the right hand. Hindi sila nakataas na kamay. Oh, photo na lang with the right hand. Thank you. Okay. Oh, great man. Grazie.
Congratulations, children. The future of our fatherland. Kamu ang future namon. No, they're still young. They're still young. Okay. Ven aquí, amigo.
one of their first activities to have an elocution contest. And I volunteered Attorney Boy Artech to be one of the judges. Perfect, Mr. Press.
Okay.
Oh, they're arranging it for next month. Yeah.
I accept. Okay, now we call the most distinguished member of Rotary Club of Makati and muy guapo Vice President Hui Calleja to do the introduction of our beautiful guest speaker.
Thank you, Attorney Boy. When I asked our guest speaker to be present today, I said that he will be among gentlemen, so we better behave like Attorney Boy. So okay, so let me introduce our guest speaker. She's not only a friend, and maybe everybody knows her as one of my more beautiful clients, but I should say a more resilient, strong lady more than anything else, no? So may we introduce Deniece Cornejo, who is actually, we know her and we see her, but do we know that Deniece is actually a Vice President of the Artificial Intelligence Trade for Southeast Asia. She is also a reserve military Philippine Air Force. So kaya nyo ba yon? And for her education, she studied at La Salle College, having graduated with honors. That's the better school, not I don't know what school, because ako kasi iba-iba ang school ko, pare. But a true green-blooded Lasalite, yan si Deniece, okay? She also attended MICE Academy in Enderon International College, where she aced the finals exam in international human rights, also in Harvard. She is also awarded a doctorate degree in humanities from the national colleges, and also a master's degree in international business administration from Cambridge University, where she graduated with distinction cum laude. O yan, palakpakan nyo naman. Wala ba kayong mga kamay? She has many advocacies, among them her environment, women, and of course, she is a champion, as I said, she is a champion of environment. Hence, she was also awarded the Miss Earth Saver Philippines for 2019. She was crowned a Miss Earth Saver for 2019. She is also appointed as Vice President for the environmental sector by President Lau of UCPB. And in 2017, she served as the head of delegate for Tayo Kalikasan. Ladies and gentlemen and friends and fellow Rotarians, let us welcome this afternoon our guest speaker, Ms. Deniece Cornejo.
Ooh, I thought those white balloons has prepared for me. Those white balloons is prepared for me because I'm outside. Anyway, thank you for that very thoughtful and standing introduction, Attorney Calleja. You know what? I am so honored and I'm so blessed because this is my first time that a good friend and also my lawyer will be listening to me with all the things that I'm doing that I am not, I can say, passionate about, or I could say my calling. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce myself. When I said women empowerment, there's so many definitions about women empowerment. I stand before you knowing that I'm the youngest, but I don't think that age is just a number. And Rotary, for those people that don't know that Rotary, they thought it was all about just charities. It's okay? All right. They thought it was all about charities. They thought it was just all about giving scholarships. But you know what really touched me is Rotarians are leaders, transformational leaders that can bring difference and can be also a mentor. They thought it was just all about charities. They thought it all was about giving those something for the foundation, but it's much more of that. And I do also understand that the history of Rotary is started with a meeting. That's why I'm standing here, not just a speaker, but I want to be part of a family because I'm not going to just speak or deliver a message. I'm going to deliver an experience. And I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate, as a woman, the first ever who make it to the history of Rotary International, President Jennifer E. Jones. Let's give her a round of applause. Women nowadays, I feel like I'm standing, you know, I feel like I'm on a stage in a Miss Universe. But what I can share this afternoon is not all about me as a fashion stylist, not me as a fashion entrepreneur, as some people know me as in showbiz, but I'm really not into showbiz or modeling, but more of something that you can never imagine. This day, January 17, I found out my purpose in life. And it's different from what I want to pursue, which is my passion in creativity, my passion in music, and passion in probably business. I thought it was all about that, but it calls my attention that the main calling of a life of a person is not just about their dream, their wish, their ambition, but what is really your purpose? Many of here are very successful, and I am so honored, especially that I've been invited by Attorney Calleja, Howard Calleja, and President Michael. Thank you very much for having me. That this is something that most of the people will always share about their dreams. They're gonna share about their business. But what I'm gonna share about is what is my calling, not only for myself, but for my country, and also for people who I don't even know. And I want to touch your lives. If I don't touch your heart or your life this afternoon, please send me an email, and I will send it to you what I can give, or what can transpire to your heart, or what can transpire to your life. So to share with you, I have some PowerPoint that I have prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of purpose versus passion. Next. These are my platforms that I have been doing for the past 8 years, 9 years. And I thought my calling is more of a fashion designer, a fashion entrepreneur, but God has called me for different agenda or different destiny, which is environment. And environment is one of the difficult problem that our country is facing, especially that we're experiencing food scarcity, right? And of course, our agriculture is in danger. And we are all having so much debates about the environment, the climate change. So these are my platforms that I have been involved. I have founded. I'm into women empowerment. I'm into, of course, there's coastal cleanup. I was also a part of a military. I also conducted some of the platforms and solution for Philippine National Police. And next. And of course, the first calling that I never thought that I'm gonna be highlighting this afternoon is all about environment, because I never thought that I'm gonna be an environmentalist or environmental advocate, because there's so many problems in the environment that cannot be solved. And one of the things that I think of conducting is not just coastal cleanup, but also something deeper. I'd like to correct about the Miss Earth Saver Philippines. I am not a beauty queen. It started like there was an invitation, and there's so many beauty queens out there, and I thought it was a political press con. And that day, I was invited to speak about what can I say about the environment. And I just speak about that we are tenants of this world, and we don't have the right to destroy our environments. And it took me like, I think 1 hour. And after that, it was the title and appointment was given to me, not to the other women. And I can't even understand why have to be me. Then I have conducted so many things for the environment for the past 5 years, which is, I think it's not in my PowerPoint, because I have so many things I want to share, but I'd like to summarize it. And one of the highlight that the environment that I'm focusing right now, after 5-7 years right now, is the Green Revolution Philippines. For someone who doesn't know about Green Revolution Philippines is also known as the third agriculture revolution that was used last 1960s. And it was adopted by President Marcos during 1960s because of the what do you call this? We lack fertilizers, and also we lack technology for our agriculture. So what I did is I anticipated the Green Revolution Philippines 2.0, and the Green Revolution Philippines 2.0, I have conducted it before the president or before the administration took over. Because I have a vision that there will be really a food scarcity that's going to happen. So what I did, I partnered with DNR, and since I thought it's going to be, I wanted to focus already of many things, but it's still really my calling. So I asked them to if I can make a last project, and I never thought that the last project will be my beginning. So the Green Revolution Philippines 2.0 is like a version 2. So the theme is Ang Tinanim Mo, Bunga Mo. So let me read you the mission and vision. To recognize ordinary Filipino people for the rebuilding our spirit with creation and creator as one, empower, educate, inspire next generation and new administration of environmental sustainability leaders, giving them the basic tools to continually raise awareness of the environment, economic challenge of our day through powerful channels of the art and culture, guarding our natural resources that other countries don't have, to recognize not only the whole country, but trending ways and role as environmental influencers. So what I did is to answer or to have this solution, I asked some of the volunteers to nominate people who are really into planting for 10 or 5 years, and I asked them to present it to the panelists so that we can have a force multipliers. Those people who will start to invite and to help also others who doesn't care about planting or doesn't care about preparing their food or preparing their preparing or taking care of the environment, and also advancing agriculture. So the vision is a nation in which everyone embodies and raises concern to our planet, takes responsibility for their actions, makes their decision based on what is best for the environment and society as a whole, help economic and secure food, and acts as mighty warrior for our national resources. So that's what the Green Revolution is. So next. Okay. The project values are, these are my criteria for choosing those candidates for Mother Earth warriors or those force multipliers. It has to be sustainable. It has to be sustainable, leadership and community impact, to teach and to be taught. Of course, they should have a growth, and then as well as the green. The project aims to maintain neutrality of the sources that we use and we produce. So the project values is all about those people who projects or represents a certain leadership when it comes to their community, and also some people who can very active in social media, who teach, who inspires people when it comes to environment, and of course, next. Next. Oh, okay. So that is the summary of the Green Revolution 2.0. So it's mostly of a preparation for the food scarcity and building those force multipliers to be more involved when it comes to planting and also preparing for the food scarcity. And I think and I believe that it will be adopted by the Department of Agriculture because they have launched it already last October. And fortunately, I was the one who was the proponent. So definitely I'll be the one to organize this project. So it will depend on the Department of Agriculture if they will add something or how we're going to help how we're going to help and to empower our Filipino people. And my next that I'm involved with is also the Association of Women's Rights Advocates, which is I have founded. It's an organization whose goal is to support the government in implementing its rules and regulation in order to further strengthen and promote the welfare of most vulnerable sectors of our society, the women, the PWD, and the children. So the women's, it's so obvious that I represent women empowerment, women's rights, and these things is not easy for me because there's so many problems, there's so many discrimination when it comes to women. And what I did is I founded a women advocate. So it's not more of like, it's not more of not too much human rights, but making women to be the next leaders, making women to be an advocate, not just for vanity purposes, not just for simple platforms, but those people who will, those women who can bring solution to the problem, especially that the gender equality and the gender sensitivity has been tremendous, especially in our country. So associating with that, I also introduced to Department of Trade of Industry the Secure Women Incorporation, which it's going to be a project where hopefully they're going to support that most of the company will have accreditation of women protection. So if your company will have accreditation when it comes to women protection, or if they're women safe, or if the company is safe, so definitely you will have that seal. So I thought of that because especially in the business, you know, it's really difficult, especially if you're into fashion or into business or into sales. There's so many harassments, and there's so many awkward situations that usually doesn't discuss or doesn't pursue when it comes to business. So that's one of the I think I can say calling that affiliated to the women's rights advocates that I have founded. So next. Okay. So last is I talk about environment, I talk about women empowerment, and last is I'm going to talk about good governance. So this is bayanihan na. Last 2019, there is of course, there's a community pantry issue that happened, and what I did was I helped Department of Local Government to release a regulation of health protocols to eliminate those rebels or those people that is going against the government. So it was effective, and we gave them insurance. We gave them, of course, an award and a plaque and recognition, and it was supported by the Philippine National Police. Although I did this in behind, so no one. I did it secretly with my group. And I make sure that I'm not involved with any government officials, or we're not part of a political campaign. So, and the Philippine National Police was well humbled and honored that they have able to have this solution, because those times they really have a bad image. So that's one of the national governance that I pursue. And the Bayanihan now will be adopted by Department of Local Government. So we're going to look for Bayanihan champions that it will be also help other youth, not only youth, but also some citizens who always keep on criticizing and giving so much observation to the country without giving, or helping to our country. So I wanted to make this a national project wherein everybody going to be involved, and as well as it will also give a concrete plan for the government so that there will be no problem that happened before in a community pantry. So I have the environment, the women empowerment, and as well as the national government, the national governance. Next, please. Oh, can you not that? Okay, no. Let's go back to the national government. Okay, so those three things that of course, I just read because I've done these projects already. I realized that these things are not really something that I'm happy about at first, but I realized that this really gives me a calling wherein I see results. I see appreciation. I see recognition. I see long-term goals. I see that this could be also help and a advanced contribution for our country. And I realized that the power of purpose is not just all about it's not just all about like what you just think of and then you're just gonna do it. No, it's not about that. If there's no confirmation from God, or there's no confirmation, or there's no a force that you have to do this, or there's no result, there's nothing that gives a impact, then definitely that's not your purpose, because it's so hard to do something that it's not your calling. And I wish that most of the people would agree with me. And now they realize as well that these three things that I don't really take it seriously at first are my big accomplishment that will be the start of my year. And I wanted to share it with you because this is not just about a message, but this is just also an experience wherein me as a woman making or doing all of this alone by myself, and I didn't pursue my what I like in life, like whether it's in entertainment or in music, which is I'm not really fan of, but I choose the right path because those right destiny gives me a light, enlightenment, and also empowerment to be the woman that I am to be right today. So how I'm going to fund everything, how I'm going to focus still on my passion, even though I'm doing all those callings, I'm doing all those purpose in my life. So I have this business. Can you, next please? Wow, it's so hot. Okay. The next is this one. So of course, while you're doing all of those platforms, those green revolution, those national governance, national discipline, and also the women empowerment, and I've been handling as a chairperson. It's very important to take care of your health. And it's very important to make sure that you can handle all of that with a strong immune system. That's why I also invested a multivitamins that is also related to my purpose, because it's still environment. It's still related to agriculture, and it will also help our economy. So as you see, as I've noticed that the definition of success for me is not anymore about what I'm passionate about or what I like about in life, but I realized that these things is not just all about me anymore. It's more of the community. It's more about for the country and also for the people who needs me more. And I become more selfless, and I wanted to also to deliver this message that I think that even I'm not sure if most of the people here or most of our gentlemen have already confirmed their purpose. But let me tell you, although all of this it was really tiring. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I didn't know why I'm doing all of this, but I realized that it's a big accomplishment because it's my purpose. So these things, I hope that whatever your position right now, whatever your company or your marketing position right now or your company, I do hope that it serves the purpose. When I said purpose, it doesn't destroy the environment. It doesn't hurt our fellow citizen. It doesn't hurt family. It doesn't hurt of course, the 7 deadly sins. Because if these are kind of projects or your passions that you're doing, definitely it's not your purpose. So it's better to start early, like what I'm doing. And I want to share this with you because this is something that I'm focused at, and I'm wanted to make this successful because I know this is something that confirms to me 8 years or 9 years ago by our creator. And I'm very humbled and overwhelmed to start it with the right people. And hopefully you can join me to this journey, because as a woman, I know that every woman cannot just stand by themselves if men will be man enough to give them the right guidance and also the support that they need. Not just, of course, physical support, but also those mentor and those emotional support, because women are going through a lot, especially when it comes to business, especially with those kind of things. It's not hard to be a transformational leader and to stand in front of successful men this afternoon. And I'm completely so much honored to share this what I'm focused at, and what my calling is. So this Armor Seas 7,000 is my business right now, and this is going to be the business that I'm going to fund all my projects, and hopefully can also help because we're still in pandemic, we're still in the COVID-19, and I know that even though I never thought I'm going to be in health and wellness business field, but it seems like I'm still walking in my right destiny. I'm still walking in the right path. And I know that it's going to be also a solution, especially for our health, because there's so many synthetic there's so many advanced technology that will destroy our body, our mind, and our soul. So it's better to stick where we come from, which is the natural medicine that will help us to think more and to give more solutions to what our country is facing. So next. No. So I have here is a picture of a sewing machine and a green cloth. That green cloth represents my passion. And that passion of me, of being a fashion entrepreneur someday, wasn't able to happen. And I realized that sewing machine that God has been, or that divine guidance has been making for me, is much more better than what I want. And that's what I wanted to share with you, that I do hope that Rotary Club of Makati will walk more than the purpose that we thought we have already done for the past years. And I hope that it will be aligned, especially in our long-term goals of our country, and especially, of course, the youth, and also could also help women like us, like me. And also I would like to end. Next, please. Okay, so I'm not really fan of bragging so much projects, platforms. If you notice, I was just reading everything because I'm not a type of woman or type of person that I'm not into more of the recognitions or titles. I know I find it very uplifting, but it's nice to brag all of those. But if you don't brag one thing that is most important of all the things you've achieved, and that is failure. And you know who's that? God. If you don't brag God and mention or highlight him and even confirm your purpose on him, then definitely you might be growing in failure, even how successful you are. I am speaking here not because of just a message again, but an experience, because as a young age, I realized that I already let go of the things that I'm passionate about. But what my heart and what that brings fire in me is the calling that can bring not only difference to the youth, not just only difference to the country, but hopefully globally. So ladies and gentlemen, these are all the highlight of my speech, the power of purpose versus passion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Deniece, for the wonderful message. We now proceed to the question and Señor Pepito, el gobernador.
Thank you, Attorney Boy. Congratulations on your passion and advocacy, especially on women's rights. And you're talking to a group of members of a club that really support and are advocates of women rights. They fully support their spouses, right? And understand what it is to follow women.
All right, man.
Okay.
They're all laughing, but it's true, really. That's why they're still married.
Yeah, man.
My question is, again, we all love women. I love women, all right? And I believe that they're entitled to rights. My question is, don't you think the Republic Act 9262, which is violence against women and children, is really overused and abused? Yung konting bagay lang, they already filed against the court, with the court against their spouse, di ba? And without much equity or fairness, the court will grant the women to avoid any violence. But actually, don't you think, from your experience, that this is an abused Republic Act, VWAC 9262?
Can I ask a personal question? Are you going through something?
Oh, no, I've gone through it already. I've gone through it. It's an open secret.
Because if you are, I'll
And-
probably just send an email. Okay.
And I survived it, by the way, because the court actually reversed, did not support the erring party, and actually found the erring party the guilty party.
Okay, so this is
I
a
was the
personal
one
question.
abused. Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I asked this a personal question.
Yeah.
I'd like to confirm that I'm not a feminist. I'd like to also to give you an idea that I had this thesis all about obstacles of feminism facing contemporary world. My friend Kuya Michael right there is a witness of my equality when it comes to men. I am not tolerating women who abusing their power or their so much drama in life, because I believe that women should also be accountable. If women is not allowed to be hurt, men should also not be hurt, because it's a matter of respect. But again, it depends on the situation. So if you're asking me, it's better to focus on what you think can save your marriage or can save, because women have experienced so much in life, and there's so many physical trauma, psychological trauma. Let me tell you, there's so many competition. That's why I'm not really into beauty pageants. Beauty pageants, no offense, beauty pageants embrace women to compete to each other. And they have so much improvement and so many things to compete for the world just to make sure that they are validated. So if they feel they're not validated, they will take it against to a man who will feel that they are not appreciated, or they feel that they are not being loved. So I think it's not abused, but I think to those women who doesn't know their purpose, or who doesn't know what is really women empowerment, and very selfish when it comes to their own personal interests, I think it depends on the women who you're dealing with.
Thank you for that clarification. You do have something in common with the recently crowned Miss Universe. You put up a sewing machine. Is that representative of your passion, of your advocacy? Sewing machine?
No, it's just a visual that I put there.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that is the advocacy of our recently crowned Miss Universe.
Oh, yeah, because it's an eco-friendly fashion
She
design.
is actually into sewing, and that is her advocacy in teaching livelihood in the States. But thank you very much for that clarification, Ms. Deniece.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, Pipito. Conrado, por favor. Conrado. Antonio.
I'll use this, but I'll pass this one.
Oh, ano ba?
I'll start, but
Conrado, Conrado.
I'll start first.
May I call you Denise?
No problem.
Okay. The title of your talk, Passion versus Purpose, or Purpose versus Passion, seems to imply that there is a conflict between passion and purpose. Okay. Which comes first? Passion, then purpose, or purpose, then passion? Because you cannot be successful at your purpose if you don't like doing it, if you don't have the passion to do it. No, so is there really a conflict between passion and purpose? Or is it really just a matter of which comes first?
Based on my experience, that's why I highlighted those three things about environment, women empowerment, and also good governance, because these things I'm not really passionate about at first. And then I confirmed that these things are important. That's why I call it as a purpose. When you already confirm that these things are already your purpose, the right passion will complement that purpose, because there's some purpose that, for example, you thought that you're so passionate in doing music, you're passionate in cooking, you're passionate in creating arts, but you're already going to the wrong path, and that is also part of, I think it's already also, I can speak in biblical sense that it can also relate to sinful, passionate desire, or I can say that too much desire is something that I'm not that I've realized early in my age. So who comes first? I think, of course, passion. Passion comes first, but again, if you think that your passion is not aligned to your purpose, then the purpose will come first. And then when you feel that you love what you're doing and the heart and the desire, you'll be passionate of that purpose. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in a Miss Universe pageant.
Okay, based on your answer, is it fair to say, therefore, that some passions that we have, some interests that we want to pursue are actually distractions to what our real purpose is supposed to be? Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes, because sometimes it could be self-glory. Sometimes it could be selfish interests. Sometimes it could, as I've mentioned, it could also destroy the environment, can also destroy family, can also destroy the right calling of your life. So my answer to that is yes, it could also be harmful if that passion is not being properly handled.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Antonio.
Attorney Boy, may I?
Sí, sí, por favor.
Ms. Cornejo, I really read more about economic and business affairs, no, but what little I know of current affairs, I just want you to know that I admire you for your courage.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
And then from what you said and shared today, I also admire you for your advocacies. Okay. I have a request. By coincidence, you are our guest speaker, and we have the induction of the Interact Club of Rotary Makati, okay, today. A club which has been inactive in our club for 8 years. So we have a Rotaract for colleges, and we have Interact Club for high school students. Okay, General Pio del Pilar National High School has more than 2,000 students. Out of those 2,000 students, the top 50 students are members of the Interact Club. Only the top 50. And of that top 50, they have chosen 10 leaders, officers, and most of whom are women. My request is, can you address them with a message? Your women empowerment. Interact Club and Rotaract Club, we make them active because we want them to form leadership skills early. Maybe you can inspire them more than any of us here in this room tonight, today, this afternoon. May I please ask you to give them a message to the Interact Club? Yeah.
So I'm addressing to the women.
Women.
Oh, the children, oh, the youth. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's already 35 minutes. I was just giving 30 minutes, right? I'm kidding. Hi, everyone. My name is Deniece Cornejo. Thank you very much for being here. You have no idea how special this day is. You are facing and you're in front of this distinguished guest who have come before me, who have achieved a lot. And these people doesn't only see their company or their business, they see your future. They see what is best for you. You might be a politician, you might be a business leader like them. You can be also a high official or a marketing manager or a vice president of this club. And I am motivating you that use this time, use this moment to be inspired, because one day you might be the person that is talking in front here and inspiring these people. Let's give them a round of applause. So I hope that this moment, January 17, you will start writing your vision, your mission, not only for yourself. Confirm your purpose. That's the most important. Because if you're walking to the wrong purpose, for me, that's not success. Because it's late. It's better to know early than late. Because failure is failure, and success is the success. So I hope that one day you will have your own definition of success and not just be a leader of the school, be a leader of this nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any other questions from the? No, I? Okay, so we'd now like to call our president to give his response. Senor Michael, ven aquí.
Thank you, Deniece, for your very inspiring talk. If I can define you, maybe I can just say you are superwoman, right? And we have been inspired by all the things you do and all the causes that you fight for. And the Rotary Club is very much able and willing to help you in the causes that you pursue. So on behalf of everyone here, thank you very much. And to our members, thank you for coming. And may I now call this meeting adjourned. So, Ms. Denise, can we give you a certificate of appreciation together with a bottle of wine to enjoy your evening? Let's drink to that. Howie. Richard, wait with Howie.
In the middle. Hey, po. One more. What's the best?